innovation. One thing about digital packaging is we always get asked, how come it hasn't taken off as well as people expected? But let's go find out from the experts. Good afternoon. We're here at the HP stand and I'm here with my dear friend Evandro. Evandro, welcome. And you got a new position with HP, and maybe you should tell us what you do, because I know you're global head of corrugated. Give us a bit of insight on that.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. It's been a quite exciting journey within the corrugated business, which I've been on the past almost 10 years. And I joined HP about a year ago. And the reason I did is because I believe it's a powerhouse with a lot of applications, as well as the focus on the corrugated business, which is, I believe, a blue ocean.
So, we've spoken to quite a few of the other, let's say, your competitors here at the show, and there's been a slow adoption on digital technology for the packaging segment. Mm-hmm. Where do you see things at the moment? Where does HP see things at the moment?
Right. So we see as a great opportunity. It's a blue ocean. It's true, the conversion is be done nearly to 1%. So corrugated is about 250 billion square meter market every year, and we believe about 1% is being converted. The good news is that we are reaching a point of a lot of productivity on the installed base that we have in the market. So our numbers are showing a 30% growth year over year in terms of volume, which is quite important. And I think our competitors are experiencing the same. So it tells that it's bringing a lot more attention from the brands. And the brands are, getting a lot more interested in the versioning. And I think the most important thing, there's a lot of waste in the production of boxes. I often say that the sustainability in packaging is often about the boxes that are never overproduced. And I think that's very true for digital. With digital, you can, print on demand, you can control inventories better. If there is, as an example, a campaign that runs 500,000 boxes for a specific season, and that changes for a reason, all that goes to the garbage. The good news goes to recycling, but already was printed and produced. So, and digital helps with all of that. So often the ROI is not on the press room, it's also on the working capital sides and the management of the supply chain.
And I guess it's joining all the dots, It's everything combined that's on offer.
It is, yeah.
But you've got a huge portfolio at HP, and do you want to run through that with us and just give us a bit of insight about what you guys have on offer?
Of course. So what we have here is, this is our corrugated portfolio. Essentially we have one post-print digital press and 3 versions of pre-print press, right? So we have the C550, which is a true water-based system. We have customers doing 2,500 square meters an hour, which is a great productivity. And when you look at preprints, we've been in this market for about 10 years. Our customers are growing substantially. We have good footprints in Europe and in the US. And we started with a B1 press, 106 centimeters, the 1.7 that we launched last year, as well as our flagship press, the 1195, which is a 2.8 meters wide press. And all those presses, they are producing a lot of volume, and the application has been quite winning for the industry. A lot of interest on this portfolio.
So Evandro, with your portfolio, is there a lot of interest from new people entering the market, or is a lot of it existing corrugators that are looking at adding more value and adding something different to their existing portfolio?
Right, so we have both. Fortunately, all the iconic corrugators, they are interested particularly on the pre-print solution, as well as the ones that already invested. And we've been progressing, frankly, with the workflow and all the applications. They are buying the second and third press. So in the US, we have customers going for the 4th press on 3 prints. We have several customers with more than 2 presses in the US and Europe. So, it tells you that the application is working and they are making money, as we are on the business of making our customers to make money.
And obviously, digital is pretty new to many industries, and a lot of people are still pretty nervous about the digital side. How much education is still needed in the market? And I know you've got D-Scoop, and maybe does that come into this, but you guys spend a lot of time educating in other segments. Do you feel that the packaging segment needs a lot more than what it's getting currently?
Yeah, we believe so. At HP, we believe in customer education, explain the benefits of the technology, and I think more and more when you look at the iconic customers in the corrugated industry, all of them are engaged in trying to understand how digital fits in their manufacturing mix. So it's not about digital replacing analog. It's about digital complementing analog, right? So I believe the future of packaging is about the manufacturing mix and having that opportunity to drive out waste, which has a lot of waste in this industry, and digital helps a lot with that.
With the wastage, sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, have brands, because you guys deal a lot with brands, and have the brands taken to this, and are they the ones that are also putting pressure on and wanting to things produced on your presses?
Absolutely, this is very true. The iconic brands as well, they've been looking at digital for many years. I think they got to a point that they are positioning, particularly versioning, on the shelf, and they strongly believe that it's going to uplift their sales, which is, in the end of the day, what they want.
Of course. And that's great, because, like you say, that's exactly what they're wanting.
Yeah.
Evandro, what about the ink and what are you doing? Or are you putting a pre-coater down, or what's the process?
Okay, so first of all, we use water-based inks. So they are true water-based that comply with the latest standards of food compliance. And what we do is we can work with virtually any paper, right? We, depending on the paper, we primer it, and we basically use our writing system, which is very robust for this type of environment, right? So when you go in a corrugated factory, there is fibers floating around, and that can clog nozzles. And the advantage of our technology is that it's an operator replacement heads. And that is extremely important because that brings the robustness that is needed for this application.
Talk to me about wastage. Give me some insight on how this takes, or let's say digital, takes care of the wastage in a corrugated setup.
Right, so like we mentioned before, the waste is a lot related to the needs of customers, the link you have with promotions, and how can you reduce working capital, right? Because when you print on analog, you got to print more, right? To make sure that you don't have to go back, mount plates, and do road runners, for instance. Those are very expensive. If that happens, it often happens when you do it digital, it's easy. You just come back and print and corrugate again, right? So there is a significant advantage to reduce inventory. That could be from 5 to 20% inventory.
So it's big. That's big. And what about, HP are very big on AI. And how have the corrugators sort of adapted to that? Is it one of those where everybody is a bit nervous and you really got to support and hold their hand through the process?
Right. AI, HP is an IT company, so we're really big on AI. Our PCs are AI ready, right? And of course, when we look at our workflow capabilities, we are looking at how AI can help to accelerate the file optimization and all those things that are coming. So there's a lot of opportunities with AI.
And Evandro, it's been wonderful, and thank you for giving us insights. I'm going to follow this closely because I think you've got lots coming and lots happening from the HP side in the packaging space, and I look forward to hearing more about it.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jean. Thank you.
So here I am on the HP stand with my very good friend Kieran Palmer, and I have to tell you, we go back too many years, 15 years. So Kieran, I know you're the guy. So look, we've just been talking to the corrugated guys,
sure,
and they've given us a great insight into what's coming, but clearly it's all about the software, and it's all about how many of these can you produce, all the different SKUs. Let's say I've got a sheet, as Evandro just told us, 2.7 meters wide,
sure,
all the SKUs in it. How do we handle that?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and I think when you look at print, and regardless of what industry you're in, it's about the workflow efficiencies and how you manage that workflow is what's actually creating that productivity gain for the customer. So if you think about what we're doing today, one of the nice things about what we have in our technology is we're taking what you're saying, which is multi-level SKUs. How do we then take that into our technology to divide that up if you've got a 2.7 meter, 128 inch web press, right? So we use technologies. We work with a lot of partners that helps us to divide and conquer the sort of the ganging of the job. So we can say, right, we've got multi-lane printing. We can do a lot of that. We do with site flow. We have the ability to batch jobs as well. So when jobs are coming in, we can say, right, there are this many jobs that have come in. They need to be printed on this media. But the more important thing is they need to be delivered by tomorrow. So how do you do that, right? So site flow enables us to create that sort of SLA target and say, by the end of the day, if I'm printing on a wide format, I've now hit my wide format limit to say, right, I could only print this much because my real length is X. Then site flow can enable us to do exactly that. So it takes that sort of human interaction out. It creates that intelligent interaction with with our technology.
Brilliant, Kieran. And now this, we're talking about 2.7 meters we started, but that will go all the way down to, sorry everyone, we're at a live trade show here, there's all things going on around us. But these things can go down to your indigo sizes and different technologies.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you look at our flagship products on the label side, the V12, it's a narrow web, high speed, high production. Can you do multi-lane ganging on that? Absolutely. There's different technologies from the indigo world. There's technologies from the 120 inch web press inkjet devices that we have. So absolutely, it's regardless of the technology. It's all about how do we get those jobs into the workflow and then get those jobs printing. So
brilliant.
That's exactly what we do.
Well, there you go. So the moral of the story is, no matter what scale you're at, there's a solution for everything.
Absolutely.
Kieran Palmer, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.